Imagine today's world without the personal approach that social media can give you, your family, friends, and role models. Attachment to the people around you is closer than ever because of social media and everything that it gives you. Because of social media, the world is changing as we know it every single day. Social media has really changed the world around us and created a new way to interact and learn about sports and its thousands of contributors. If you love sports as much as I do, and you don't use social media, then you're really missing out. I can interact with all my favorite players and learn about news in real time, and because I use social media, it's something that really appeals to me, and it should appeal to you too. I've been a sports fanatic since I was old enough to know what was going on within the sports world, maybe even before that. I can tell you from first-hand experience that the knowledge at your fingertips today completely outweighs everything that was in the past. YouTube was actually one of the first companies that really utilized this effectiveness. Instead of having to wait for a highlight reel on ESPN, you can just look it up on YouTube. Not only that, you can create your own personality through YouTube. And this is something that players can react to, the industry can react to, and it's all based off of social media. YouTube really created a personal approach to what you could watch, and it was giving yourself an option and being able to respond and create and spark conversations that really set YouTube off. Social media has definitely created a way for the players to approach their fans and the media on what they want to say without having to rely on journalists to get their points across. Twitter, for instance. If they have something that's on their mind, they can say it. It doesn't always work out though, because sometimes they say things that they don't mean to and they end up having to take it back, but it's still giving you that personal approach. Even with this source of information though, you have to be careful with trusting what you hear. Even if a player is stating where his contract will be next, all information should be verified, which is where a journalist aspect would be coming in. Journalists actually really utilize this social media to also give themselves a presence. For instance, Allen Iverson went on Twitter one day saying that he would be signing with the Memphis Grizzlies. Now for years Allen Iverson's career had been done and wasn't playing for anyone, so hearing this on social media created a huge debate. This was later debunked as Iverson reporting something that was not yet set in stone to try and help revive his career. He never ended up signing with the Grizzlies, and the information he posted created a lot of rising problems for journalists today. The fact that social media is actually creating this problem for the journalists has also been up for debate. It's giving something that really makes their job a lot harder by siphoning through what's real or not. Journalists nowadays are still very important, as they are here to report information and clarify information that may have already been reported by a player via social media. Their role has changed drastically though because of the freedom players have and the ways that they can attach their words to the media around them. The journalists of today have been utilizing social media though by creating the same base of followers that the athletes have, leaving information to be easier clarified and more available to everyone around you. Even with social media creating a misleading flow of information, if it is utilized correctly, you can use it to siphon the fact from fiction. Like I said, YouTube was the first social media platform that really created a personal approach where you can involve yourself with what was going on. Being able to utilize this in sports is doing something that has created other platforms for players to approach the media without having to rely on journalists to get the information across. Again, Twitter. This has created problems for journalists and the way that they provide their stories though. And social media has changed the world around us as well, has created a new way to interact and learn about sports and its thousands of contributors. With everything that has happened over the years, after the birth and effect of social media, it really has created a world that couldn't have been dreamt of. So there's nothing but to do as just reap the rewards.